to the Recap with the GoodFellaz show. You know how we do each and every week. Man, we talk about everything that needs to be talked about, bringing that real talk, real conversation, and of course, as always, real entertainment. This week, we talking music. We're bringing to you exclusive interview with one of the hottest artists in the game right now. Jersey's own Samad Savage is in the building. Exclusive interview with the GoodFellaz. It's your boy Tommy Gunz, alongside my man Dav Noble. What up?
What's up, everybody? You are now with the GoodFellaz, man. This is the Recap with the GoodFellaz podcast. And we're thankful that you decided to check us out for another week as we bring to you the top stories, best interviews, just anything that's popping. Come to the recap. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get some introductions. Introduce you to my man, Big A. Big A, what's good with you, homie?
What's going on, man? It's your man, Big A. Shout out to everybody out there with all the cold and flu season out there right now. You want to make sure you take care of yourself. So you know what I'm making sure I'm taking care. Lemon and honey. Keep that lemon and honey glowing.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Hey, man, germs is out there. Everybody got to take care of themselves. Next up, my man, Shah Montana. What's good with you?
What's good? What's good? It's Charles Manson with the Diamond Dancing.
Yo, that's what's up, Shah. Hey, next up, we got my man Karev, Heritage Hip Hop. What's good with you, my man?
Peace and blessings. This is Karev, representing Heritage Hip Hop. But Recap with the GoodFellaz. Everybody, make sure you subscribe, share, comment, but make sure your comments are applicable to what we stand for. Don't be dropping no garbage in the comments. We a family here. We want to invite you to one of the best, if not classic, podcasts you could ever be on or witness. So make sure you join the family because the family is inviting. Peace.
It's your boy, Dav, the photographer. Man, listen, you always got my three things to say. Stay happy, stay healthy. Most importantly, stay fly. Samad Savage is killing it. Got a crazy project out right now. That joint's for real, for real.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Heritage Hip Hop premiere on the Recap with the GoodFellaz. So before we get to the interview, I want to say the gentleman that you're going to hear today does not make music for your ears. He makes music for your soul. And in today's society, the soul needs healing. We deal with COVID. We deal with racism. We deal with politics. We deal with economic upheaval and destruction. And at times, we need to go somewhere where we can heal and find heart, not just sound. Today's interview guest that we have today is healing the world, not only through his harmonies, mixing, mastering, vocals. He's also healing the world by giving the world music that they can go back to and grow from as well. Today's artist makes legacy music, not feel-good lit music. He is lit and you will feel good, but as you get older, you appreciate his lyrics that much more. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you the incomparable New Jersey hip hop king icon, Samad Savage. Salute.
Skr with it. Skr with it. Skr with it. Skr with it. Yo, Karev, thank you very much for the that introduction. Very beautiful introduction, and I appreciate it to the max. I'm about to just start calling you in the morning and just ask you to tell me about myself so I can just get started on my. You put everything well, my man. Thank y'all for having me on here. I really appreciate it, and I definitely support the platform.
Thank you very much.
So I was not really familiar with your music until Big A came in and you know,
I'm joking.
went on. You know, listen, I do sports radio, you know what I mean? Like, I had the kids in the back, man. I don't see too much music going on.
Nah, no pressure, man.
You know what I'm saying? The other day. But nah, like, yo, Big A came in, man. Big A was like, yo, you gotta listen to this album, Dual Litty, yo, Samad Savage's best album. And I was like, yo, I said, hey, you really, you really selling the album. So, come on, real talk. I went back, downloaded the joint, listened to it. What I say when I came back?
Yo, he was like, yo,
next time.
He even texted me. He was like, yo, Samad, yo, he tough, yo. He kept texting me, yo, that kid's tough, yo. He's like, yo, he's tough, yo. That dude's tough. Yo, Samad, man, like, you know, I've been knowing you for a while now, and I heard pretty much all your body of music, and I can honestly say, unequivocally, this is your best body of work of music right here. Like this right here, Dual Litty, bro. There's songs on here that literally touched me, that had me like emotional goosebumps. you know, it's helped me even through some of my days. I'm just having positive music in your ears. That's not always about, you know, selling drugs or killing somebody or doing something that's just, you know, a lot of these guys that sell a bunch of wolf tickets. I mean, Tommy and I have been in the music industry for a very long time. I've seen a lot of stuff that you just don't see behind the scenes. And you know, some of these guys are about it. And then some of these guys are just, you know, they're getting paid to talk shit. And to hear somebody who is being able to express themselves where the average person can relate, not just a black person, but, you know, white person or Spanish person can listen to your music and relate to, you know, your lyrics. It's different when you hear good music. The last time I listened to an album that I had this type of emotion about listening to was Little Brother, the Minstrel Show. You know, and I compare your album to something like that. Listening to a lyricist that you can clearly understand, clearly can relate to, and being diverse in your sound. You're not just a hip hop artist. You have pop. You have all these. You're the full package of an artist that most labels look for. Literally.
I told you. I told you.
Yeah, I know.
Big Game was top. Big Game was yo. I mean, but he's not wrong, man. Listen, and I'm be real. Like, I don't. There's music I listen to when I'm in the whip by myself. There's music I listen to that, you know what I mean, says something that I can bump when I got, you know, my family in the car. And music that says something, especially in this day and age, to me, I always hold to a much higher standard. I will say, like, yo, like, you are a good artist, man. Like, some of the stuff that, you know, the topics and the things that you touch on, and just for this Litty album, it's a flow. And a lot of artists, they don't know how to put an album together that flows. Yes. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of, like, it's hot songs. It'll be like a bunch of hot songs, or like a hot song here and there, a bunch of filler stuff. But you know what I mean? Like, very few albums get put together in a way that I can put it on and I don't have to worry about skipping it, because it just has a good, consistent flow. And I guess that leads to my question, because I know Big A mentioned Little Brother, and I was like, oh, that's actually a pretty good reference in terms of, like, music style, because a lot of lyricists, sometimes the production is lacking, but when you can mix it together, it just has a bigger impact. So what, you know, the typical, what influences you, man? Like, where are you getting, you know, your influence from to touch on the kind of topics that you touch on, and musically? And the second part to that is there a genre of music that you haven't experimented with it yet, or you know, touched on yet, that you might want to mess with in the future?
To answer you on what inspires me, and thanks for holding up the album, I really appreciate it. I know I still got to sign a copy.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
But I definitely am inspired by, like, things that I see on a day-to-day, you know, experiences that I have in life, experiences that people share with me. You know, like, that's the thing. Not to say that I'm the kind of person where as soon as you tell me something, I'm going to try to, like, tell your story or whatnot. Like, but I will get inspired by it and try to help other people heal through that. So it kind of it's beneficial to be the kind of person that, like, always try to connect with all of his supporters all the time, because when you get to meet people and live and have these experiences, it's very easy to write. It's only hard to write if you write in a lie, you know. Beyond that, though, as far as genres that I haven't gotten with yet that I would like to try, everything that I haven't, to be honest. I would like to make a full only like actual instrument based rock song. I would like to make a jazz record, you know, something real smooth. I would like to, as I said, just about everything you can imagine. Even the stuff that people wouldn't expect me to try, I probably wouldn't want to hear from me. I would like to try drill at least once. I would like to try.
I think you would kill drill, by the way. The way, like the cadence and the way that you know you rap. I
Like Kill Drill. Kill Drill. That's a really good title.
There you go.
Kill Drill. Kill Drill. And you can mimic like something like Kill Bill or something like that.
Yep.
Kill Drill. Kill Drill.
I'm writing it in my song ideas.
I want to be in the video.
we all need references to that one.
Yeah, he mentioned jazz, and it's funny. When I was listening to like the album and stuff, like I've listened to it a few times through.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
one of the joints, like one of the beats that kind of came to my head, I'm like, I wonder if you ever do this kind of a beat. Is you said jazzy. In my head, like that Lost Ones by Jay-Z is jazzy to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if you would rap on something like that.
Yo, you know what's dang, I almost said a bunch of stuff that I wasn't supposed to say yet.
That's right, let it out on a GoodFellaz show.
I can't say this much. My next project, I'm attempting. I know you shouldn't really try this, otherwise it won't happen. But I'm attempting to make a classic, what I believe to be a classic, and I've been listening to a lot of different artists. Been listening to Nas heavy, Jay-Z heavy, people who have classics in their catalog. I've been trying to, not mimic them, but figure out the formula, like what makes a classic. Because Illmatic sounds nothing like the Carter 2. You know what I'm saying? Get Rich or Die Trying sounds nothing like the Black Album. But I know that they all have something in common that just make them classic. A lot of it has to do with curation and how did you hear it for the first time and the stories that went along with the album and stuff. But even without all of that, the music is there. So I'm trying to figure that out. And I was just listening to Kingdom Come the other day, and Lost One came on, and I was just like, yeah, damn, I need one of these.
That's dope. That's dope.
But before we go into that, Samaj Savage has classics. He wants to make a classic, but this man has classics. Because the way the reception for Duo Litty has been as it ages, I'm going to tell you that's going to be one. But I really think your album, Trust the Weird Kids, is one of the most conceptual, dopest albums that's come out in a long time. For anybody who does not know or doesn't know what a conceptual album is, well, please sit down. A conceptual album is an album based off of a central theme that has a beginning, middle, and end that ties in together. So if you are a fan of Ready to Die or The Listening or The Minstrel Show or It Was Written, if you are a fan of something that takes one central theme and goes around in a circle to where the beginning is the end and the end takes you back to the beginning, Trust the Weird Kids is one of them. I personally think The Gray Area is one.
Yes, I was going to say The Gray Area is also one.
It seems like that's when you started to open up, and Trust the Weird Kids was like creative, and this one was really your soul coming out. As far as how you deem a classic, what do you think you're missing that makes you want to do a classic that you feel you haven't done yet?
Consistency. I think that most of my projects ideas are based off of chaos or a lot of different things or something that's just so grand that it's hard to really touch with just one sound or one topic. So I would like to be a lot more focused this time around. Not to say that all of the songs are going to sound the same or I'm going to be rapping about the same things, but it's going to be a consistent feeling this time.
But yo, I love my favorite song on this album. I can't say just my favorite, but the one that I listen to the most is Between Bloom. That I love that. I love that song right there, man.
That's on my list too.
If you it's one of those songs. If you're down, if you're just not having a good day or just doing something, man, definitely a good song. And between Go to Work and Mama I Made It, because when you did Mama I Made It, that night, we was all like, I was like, hold on, I don't want to just give in to this song yet. I don't like giving in to a song. I don't care how good it sounds. The one thing an artist always looks is like, are they feeling it? Like, it doesn't matter who they are. They're always looking at the people who are there at that listening party, and they want like, are you feeling it? And as soon as you get a head bop, they're like, yeah, their eyes open up. So I don't like giving that away too easy. And when I heard Mama Man, I was like, I don't like this. I don't want to keep dancing. And your boy Jay Wonder I was like, nah, dog, I don't want to dance. He's like, come on. I'm like, nah, leave me alone, dog. Get away. But yo, that was definitely one of those songs I definitely like. Bloom and Bro. Oh my God. I looked at you when you did that Goodnight song. Most guys they'll do a song and real show off their lyricist. But you was like, man, after like I'm mother, like, you just went off. Like you really went off.
That verse is from the remix, like the official remix with me, Crypt, and Control. It's the same exact verse. The only thing is I changed a couple of words around for it to fit the scenario.
Okay.
And I put a way tighter mix on it, so my vocals just popped out a little better. But what made me do that is I feel like the first two verses of Good Night is some of my best rapping. Like I just sound so focused and hungry. And every once in a while when an artist does something like that, they just start thinking like, damn, how am I gonna do better than that? Mm-hmm. And that damn, how am I gonna do better than that kind of turned into, no, like, damn, I know I'm gonna do better than that. Mm-hmm. And I just started thinking like, what's the best possible verse that I could do to this, and started writing about just different things that I feel like is not only important to me, but things that I felt like I gave many different parts of me with that, you know?
You're trying to build your platform, you're trying to do your thing, you're trying to put out your best art out there. How did you feel when, you know, the album like charted? Like how did, like, because I know it was what, number 5 on iTunes, something like that. Like how do you feel when you see something like, you know, or just the response to your music? Is that like, how do you take that? I know for me, like, I'm one of the people that I will do something, and if everyone says how great it is, like at the same time, I'd be like, okay, like I'm not a good compliment receiving kind of person. Like, you know what I mean? It feels weird to me. Like, how do you deal with that? Being an artist who is pushing more and more into the limelight, how do you deal with that?
I honestly, at first, was just like, well, I'm at a point in my life where things keep happening for me, and I'm finally getting to a point where I want to get to. But at the same time, as hard as I worked for those things and prayed for those things, I'm just like, it's surreal for me, you know? It's like I wanted it to happen, I thrived for it to happen, I prayed for it to happen, but while it's happening, I'm just like, dang, like this is really happening right now. So I'm I'm so grateful, man. I'm really grateful. I don't want to say I never thought it could happen, because that sounds like I don't believe in myself, but I will say that I never thought it would have happened. There's no other way that I could have put it to make that sound like, you know, like I'm more confident.
Nah, I get it. You shoot your shot, and it's like sometimes you can even get when the more and above happens, and you're like, I planned for this, but this happens. It's like, oh shoot! Like, how do I gotta make sure I'm ready for what's gonna come next. And I guess that's kind of my other question, is being from Jersey, man. Like, I know Big A and Karev, they go hard for Jersey artists, man. Do you feel that burden to represent for Jersey? Or are you like, you know, is that a thing still? Like, I know, like,
no, everybody who's ever said, yo, I'm trying to put on for Jersey, has had this mentality where they're trying to be the king or queen of Jersey. So I feel like I'm taking that from a different approach. When I say I'm from New Jersey and I'm repping New Jersey, I'm really trying to put other artists on. I'm really trying to support other artists and work with other artists and build other artists up, so New Jersey can have its own identity, you know? Because I feel like that's the only problem with New Jersey right now. It's a problem everywhere, really, because of what music just sounds like today. Everybody's just trying to do whatever's hot and what's going to work, because there's a formula, obviously. But in New Jersey specifically, for a long time, it feel like we haven't really had an identity. So now I'm just trying to figure out how do we cultivate that? How do we work with each other? How do we build off of each other? How do we learn from each other, learn from each other's mistakes, and be authentic enough to admit when we have mistakes, and also just you know, share the gems. I think somebody who's doing good at that, a couple people, but I'm gonna just name two. Fat Boy SSE. He's you know, he went out there and saw what Hollywood had to offer him for a minute, and it felt like he wasn't really connected, you know, but once he started learning things, he came right back and started talking to different artists that he sees potential in, not to just help out, but people who want to work for themselves too. So I appreciate him for that. And Pineapple City, I mean, for lack of better words, she damn near saved my life when it came to my mentality and how I work on things and how I approach things that I didn't know just through conversation. You know, she just probably wanted to just talk, to just kick it because she cool like that. But I don't think she understands the gems that she dropped, like, forever changing my life. She continues to do that for not only me, but whenever I talk to other artists about her, they're like, yeah, man, so like, yeah, that's the new Jersey. And I feel like none of us is trying to be kings. All of us is trying to just guide each other to whatever success may be.
With that being said, we know who Samaj Savage is, but do you? So now we're going to take you to the video Good Night, premiering right now on The Recap with the GoodFellaz. Salute.
Representing the GoodFellaz.
Crumbled up the world on my hand into pieces. So much drip, you would thought that I leaked this. Thought I was dead, it was all in their head. Now a nigga coming back like Jesus. Gotta feed the team, and I'm sure that these crackers got cheese. I believe it's cheese. Nigga been away, got him seasick. Now I'm pulling up on your beaches. But I call him woman cause I ain't that cold. But you know I ain't never give a sheet. Switch the flow up, a nigga been getting this dough up. Cause broke what I don't love. I'm living to pick up my pros up. Let's blow up, no hold ups. I figured I'm killing you hoes, yup. I've been delivering no stuff like a drug dealer, but much a liver clutch. But now you stuck with a deluxe. Nigga cool clutch killing, not a bullet hitting them up. But I feel love till the hate drops up. That's why you motherfuckers hate my guts. Ha! Good with a little life, doing anything that I would like, running every night for the good life. Good night, is a nigga good with a little life, doing anything that I would like, running every night for the good life. Everybody thought I was deceased, but now I'm coming back like Issa. Like an immigrant, I keep a visa. Never that I'll bring her back to beat, cause I'm in with the game, like some big ol' double D's. Yup, feel it in my veins like the blood I never bleed. What? I can never be cut, only handle hot shit. What the fuck's a teacup? I handle bars, now I'm riding to the cycle breaker. Michael make an idol shit, my vital traits a tidal wave. I'm isolated by the way I hide away till I create the final stage where I negate the constant hate. I'm sorry, wait, get to what kind of pace, but we don't know how to take. I'm trying to slate illiterate pounds of waste, not creative, haters cannot equate. These bombs away, they sick of to try to face the one of them operate. To find the figures for me to dominate, I need you to concentrate. Let me know when I'ma stop putting these beats in the burial. I was way too damn bad, I was very broke. Nigga was bored, so he flipped like a Vario. Can't be a scary, so much material. Cause I heard from both sides like a stereo. Trying to copy my vibe like it's karaoke. Man of the house like I karaoke, please. I don't think you understand. I can never stop myself depending on another man. I could be broke one day, on the other hand, this for your rock star, I'ma make another band. Big facts, my appeal popping and I'm fresh, no tic-tac. Bars hard, feel it in your stomach, that's a six-pack. All my niggas really made it happen, y'all just shit-chat. Had to show my ass and while it's out, you can kiss that. Good with a little life, doing anything that I would like, running every night for the good life. Good night, is a nigga good with a little life, doing anything that I would like, running every night for the good life.